Hello and welcome to another episode of the Infield Chatter podcast. My name's Tyler. Joining me as always is my host, Eric Henderson. What's up, Eric?
That was crowd noise. I'm pumping in crowd noise to this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't hear it, but I believe you. How's it going, Eric?
I'm doing pretty fantastic. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
been a pretty fun week of baseball.
Yeah, I was pumped watching the game. I had the worst experience for the and just a quick rundown today. We're gonna talk World Baseball Classic. We're gonna talk opening day a little bit, some injuries, but that's to come. I was in this unfortunate place where I was literally walking on stage at like about the seventh inning, and I was doing like 45 minutes. So I was like, well, I'm gonna find out how this game is after my set, I guess.
Is
And
that for the final?
yeah, for the final game, I was like literally like, oh, I'm missing the most exciting part of this game because of comedy. So
Yeah.
whatever.
What a finish. I don't know if you could have written that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Ohtani striking out Trout for the big win.
Yeah, I was really excited about it. To be honest, I listened back to the commentary for the call of the game for the last inning just because I was so like, I want to hear it. I know you can like there was plenty of people that shared it on Twitter, so I watched it there as well. But as we've said many a times, there's just something magical about listening to baseball being called on the radio.
Oh, absolutely. It really paints a story.
I did see that there was in the United States 5.2 million viewers that tuned in on FS1. Maybe if they had it on a bigger station, they probably would have even had more viewers, I would assume. But still, pretty good amount of people watching baseball. I couldn't find like a worldwide number, but I'm sure it's insane.
Yeah, I couldn't find a worldwide number either. I did see a random stat that said 97.4% of the TVs in Japan were tuned in to see the final out.
That's
the
insane.
internet's full of make believe, but that one I'd buy that.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
The next one I looked up is in 2026.
Okay, so 3 more years.
3 more years. I did see when I was looking that up that the U.S. team officials were kind of like, we'd really like more people to be on board with this. Like I think you could see like maybe some of the pitchers could have used an upgrade here and there.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's almost criminal that Aaron Judge wasn't playing for us.
Right,
You know?
The United States could have easily dominated that competition if the pitchers would have showed up. They had the offense, they had the hitters. They had an all-star lineup, but they didn't really have that much pitching. Like Wainwright was like the starter, and he's 40. So
yeah,
like where's I can't even think of anybody. I was immediately offhand. They would all play for other teams, but where's Scherzer could have thrown down. Garrett Cole.
Yeah, and I was listening to someone else talk about this of the fact that like they could easily have them participate in spring training, come down to pitch like the game that they need to be in, and then leave. It's not that huge of a commitment. Like, what, 6 games total?
You do see like the various players have different opinions on it because some of them see it as a risk to get injured, which a couple of guys did get injured in the games, but people get injured in spring training games, so it doesn't really make much of a difference. And this is an opportunity to play competitive ball this time of year. That's what I know that like Mookie Betts and Trey Turner were really into that aspect where it's competition. It's not just spring training where you're going to get a couple of at bats in a small ballpark in Florida or Arizona. Like these are heavy stakes games, so that you can tune in your competitive mindset to you're not just practicing essentially.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point. Like, you could get hurt doing spring training.
Anything.
Like, what does it matter if you're doing this for your? You're still getting warmed up. You're still getting good, like solid, like play in. And again, I'm gonna call it. Trey Turner's gonna hit a home run in Game 1 of opening day. It's happening.
Nobody's hotter than him, so I think he's already ready. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be. Did I pick him to be MVP this year? I may have already, but
I forgot.
I can't recall. But he's gonna be. I think he's gonna really shine this year, especially in Philly, new team, new outfit.
Yeah. Well, let's get into a little opening day stuff. We'll quickly go through a few. So a few of the teams have announced their opening day starting pitchers. So that is actually for 3 games where both pitchers were announced. So I figured we'd start jumping into those. So the first game is Baltimore Orioles at the Boston Red Sox. Kyle Gibson is going to be on the bump for the Orioles. Last year, he had a 5.05 ERA. He was 10-8 pitching for the Phillies. A little different pitching for the Orioles than pitching for the Phillies, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
And for the Red Sox, throwback name, Corey Kluber is going to be starting
Oh,
opening day. He had a 4.34 ERA last year. His record was 10-10 with the Rays. I did want to note a couple of things about opening day's game. In Boston, I looked it up. The weather, it's not going to be great. It's going to be a high of 48 that day. So
nice.
not great. Chances of rain. And I also wanted to note, if you're thinking about home runs, which I'm always thinking about home runs, the Fenway Park is one of the top 10 highest amount of home runs hit. So those are just two little fun facts for you going into it.
Yeah, they got that short porch down there in left field. So
Yeah, I saw their I hadn't noticed that their spring training um ballpark also has like a mock like green monster
oh,
just
does
to
it?
like
Just to keep you
yeah, it's very cool.
I've been to the Cubs spring training compound, and it is very much has the style of Wrigley Field there too.
Okay, that's
So
pretty cool.
I guess when you do
Uh
get to build your own specific one, because they share some teams share facilities down in Arizona. I've only been to Arizona. I haven't
yeah.
been to Florida. For instance, like the White Sox and the Dodgers share the same place, but it's like kind of looks like Dodger Stadium. Like the seats are tan. It's got the same kind of vibe as Dodger Stadium. So it's kind of funny that the White Sox have to play there during the spring.
Yeah, I went to a game in Fort Myers, Florida to see the Mighty Muscles, and it was where the Twins play their game, and it was like a very nice facility. It was very
Oh
cool.
yeah. No, there's some of these like the Cubs one is fairly new. I think they built it in like 2015, 2014, something like that. And
Mm,
so but before that they had shared a compound with the Athletics in Arizona and so like the Cubs one is top of the line, like
yeah,
brand new, and some of them are kind of like been around for a couple of decades, it kind of seems like.
yeah.
Uh but
Okay.
no, they announced all of the starting pitchers just a little while ago. So I have some lists of some matchups that are going, but there's some big name matchups that I wanted to shout out. We got Scherzer versus Alcantara. That's going to be a good one. The Mets versus the Marlins.
Oh, I didn't
So
see that they announced their starting pitcher. Okay, cool. I must have missed that. Nice. That's
yeah,
dope.
just a couple hours ago they dropped everything for all the games.
Oh, okay. All
So
right. I
this
was
is
just going on ESPN.
breaking news here,
Breaking.
MLB.com. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And so that'll be a good matchup. Cy Young Award winner and then known crazy man Max Scherzer. That'll be fun. They got Nola versus DeGrom, Philly versus the Rangers. That's gonna be great. Nola fresh off the World Series, DeGrom fresh off of his rehab stint. uh, and then we got the let's see here, Cubs Brewers. We got Stroman versus Corbin Burns. That's gonna be a barn burner if you ask me. I love Stroh. I'm a big fan of the Stroh show. Corbin Burns is clearly at the top of his game at this point in his career, so that'll be a fun rivalry game, fun rivalry matchup. Uh,
Yeah, one I noted was the San Francisco Giants at the Yankees. You got Logan Webb, who had a 2.9 ERA last year. He went 15-9 versus Garrett Cole, 3.5 ERA, and he went 13-8 last year. That'll be a really fun game. The Giants are always a fun, scrappy team to watch. You never know what
Oh,
they're
they
gonna
got
do.
the best man. They got Gabe Kapler in charge. If Gabe Kapler's in charge, anything can happen. So,
Yeah,
and
he rules.
I think that's a fun matchup just because it's a throwback. You know, they used to be the New York Giants way back and forever, and so the Giants Yankees. He ain't seen the Giants play the Yankees in 139 years, something like that. So that's a
Set in
good.
history.
Yeah, the other good matchup I see is the White Sox Astros. White Sox Astros has been growing into quite the rivalry within the division over the last 3-4 years. Like I know some White Sox fans that are just up, they're just sick of the Astros, and so that'll be a good matchup. You got Dylan Cease on the mound for the White Sox, and then
Hell yeah.
I didn't look and see who the Astros got, but I'm willing to bet it's Framber Valdez, fresh off that World Series performance. I can't see him not getting opening day.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're just gonna be excited about like having him build on what he already had going on. Yeah, I think the stinkiest game, the worst one of all of them, is the Pirates versus the Reds. Mitch Keller last year 3.91 ERA. He was 5-12 last year. So that's not great. And then Hunter Green who again, somebody I really like a lot. He's really good, but just kind of stuck on a bad team.
Yeah.
His ERA last year was 4.44. He went 5-13 last year. Uh, the Red Sox, Great American Ballpark, another great place where people just love hitting home runs. It is going to be 50 degrees when they play their opening
Ooh, the
day.
cool
I looked at
'50.
yeah, same with like New York. It's going to be like 53 degrees as a high and like raining basically. So it's going to be not the most fun opening day, but
Oh
that's the way it
yeah.
is.
No, I didn't look up to see what the weather like is going to be like in Chicago, for instance, next Friday, but I bet it is cold. So,
Yeah. I didn't see who the Guardians are out in Seattle for their first game on opening day.
oh, they
Shane
got Bieber.
Bieber.
They got Bieber, and then I forget the Mariners. I just looked that up too.
See, I didn't see any of these, so I'm happy that you found some of them
Oh
because
yeah,
I
this
didn't see
just
any
came
of
out.
these.
This just came out like an hour ago.
Okay. Chicago on opening day, 45 and rainy. All right, let's do it.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Good sloppy
So,
baseball. Luis
yeah, it
Castillo, that's the Seattle's. Luis
I'm
Castillo.
excited for that for Thursday because I have some driving I'm gonna do, but it's like one of those beautiful days where I'll just be on the road listening to baseball all day, and
Yeah,
it's fun when games start. What I think you start at
probably.
like noon.
Oh yeah, it's usually like Mountain Time. It's like 11:30 because
Oh right,
the games will start at like 1:30 Eastern Time, and so I'm excited. I was thinking more and more about opening day. I've never been to an opening day, but it really is, like it's the best pitcher matchups. Like every team is starting their best pitcher, so
mm-hmm.
it's like because you go to games in the regular season, you'll see a great pitcher go against a shitty pitcher, and it's not like the greatest. These are matchups. These are billboard matchups that we're getting to see on the first day. It's like go time.
Yeah,
So
Otani's pitching for the Angels.
Otani is going to be, he's on another level already, clearly on another level. So I'm very excited to see what he throws down. Very excited. There's the pressure cannot be higher for the Angels right now to perform because
For sure.
he is clearly I mean, he's been the best player, but what his performance in the Baseball Classic just pushed him to the next echelon. Like, he's going for Babe Ruth status this season. Like ain't nobody gonna remember what Aaron Judge did last year after Shohei Otani's season this year. Like
Yeah, I
his contract
put
time.
put me down for a Mike Trout home run on game one. By the way,
Game
you
one.
could
Oh yeah, he loves it. He hits home runs on opening day and his birthday. He be like that sometimes.
I'll even because again, just because of World Baseball Classic people, put me down for a Kyle Schwarber home run on opening
Schwarbomb.
day as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
Trey
they're
Turner.
all
Here's
tuned
my
up.
three: Trey Turner, Mike Trout, Schwarber, all dingers on
Going
opening
yard.
day.
Yeah.
Book it for me. I
All
can't wait
right.
for FanDuel to have the odds out on that,
Yeah,
and
I'll
I just
throw
take
in
it straight to the bank, baby.
yeah, get that parlay. Let's throw in I'll throw in Francisco Lindor inside the park home run on opening day. If that happens, you owe me 13 hot dogs. How about
All
that?
right, hey, I will 13 hot dogs for
13
a
hot
Lindor in the
dogs.
park. I give that. I'm into it. I'm
Won
into it.
the hard way.
So you mentioned opening day. So last year I was in a weird situation where I was in Cleveland on the day of their opening day, but instead I went to the Cavs play-in game instead. So both were happening. The Cavs play-in for the playoffs game and the Guardians home opener was on the same day. Dude, Cleveland was rocking. Like I love a good baseball environment. Like Wrigley Field and Wrigleyville can suck sometimes, but if you like are in it and like in the right mindset, it's a good time.
Oh
And
yeah.
opening day last year in Cleveland with both happening at the same time, it was like
Cuz
you could feel the Cleveland rocks,
isn't it the same compound, right? Isn't
They're
the
across
across is the
the
basketball
park from
stadium's
each
like
other.
right
Yeah.
there too, right? So it's
Yeah,
like
it's right there.
you're getting it all. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it was a good vibe. I met
No.
up with people beforehand. It was awesome. We went our separate ways, and then I think both teams lost, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, I
uh,
baseball opening day really brings out the best in people. Spring just started. It's summertime's coming. Sunshine and hot dogs, baby.
I feel like when I was younger, when Cleveland would have its like first afternoon game, I had all the teachers at my school would have us watch the game and we'd eat hot dogs, and it like
Oh, hell yeah.
very much was like an awesome like I really appreciate you doing this. This is a cool teacher, and
Yeah,
I
no,
hate
I might
school,
I
so
might celebrate by getting some Chicago style hot dogs and some hot beef myself. So on Friday next week,
hell yeah.
just to get the spirit going.
So get out of here. We talked about some of the weather not looking great. I think you may or may not have told this story on the pod, but we'll just do it as the question. What is like the worst weather story you have going to a baseball game?
I have seen some games in the snow in Colorado. So it has snowed during
During the
March,
game?
during
Do
April
they
games in
wait or do
Colorado.
they stop that?
It's usually been like they'll like pretty much cancel the game, but uh outside of that, I've been to some. There's been tornado warnings at Coors Field. Sometimes there'll be a tornado warning that happens, and then they have to stop play. I've seen
Mhm.
that. Outside of your normal rain delay, I'd say the tornado warning and potential snowfall. Colorado has the elements. They usually don't open at home here because of the weather.
Yeah, I was looking up last year's opening day numbers and stuff, and I saw two games actually got canceled on opening
Oh
day, and
yeah.
I couldn't remember. I was like, was this a weather thing or was this a COVID thing? Like, because that
Oh
was still
no.
kind of lingering, I feel like, at the beginning of the season. But
I think it may have been last year that it snowed at Coors Field and they had to stop.
okay, yeah, I know
They had to
Cleveland's had to
cancel the
deal with that a
games.
few times as well, but
Yeah, it is
hopefully
interesting that
not this
it
time.
does baseball seasons does start a little early for the elements, but it also ends a little late for the elements. So what are you gonna do? I don't think the pitchers love throwing in the snow.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either. That sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
Because that's what it was. It was like Detroit last year was in the snow, or Detroit 2 years ago. They played in the snow.
That sounds right to me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Snowball.
You like throw a fake pitch. Like that'd be a fun way to pick somebody off if you end up
Mm-hmm.
like throwing yeah, that's so
The
funny.
frozen hidden ball trick.
Yeah. Last year the Yankees game was canceled due to inclement weather and the Twins game was canceled due to inclement weather, and that doesn't surprise me
Yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
sure it was like snowing
Minnesota.
in
Minnesota
Minnesota.
in fucking March
Yeah,
has not
Target Field.
has not thawed out yet.
Yeah, Target Field's one of the ones I'm big time wanting to go visit this year. Target Field's one. Uh yeah, that's the biggest one on my list right now. I've never been, and it's super close. So, and a Brewers game. I'm going to a Brewers game this year. I
Hell
decided
yeah.
it's so
That's
goddamn
great.
close to me. I've never been. So,
Oh, I've been to Miller Park.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
eventually, I'm gonna fly out. I'm gonna go to Coors, and we'll go see those Rockies. Rocky on, you know.
Oh yeah, they're gonna have a nice last place finish. So if you want to come see the bookend of Major League Baseball on the bottom end, come out and see the Rockies play.
Yeah, I'll pick a team I want to see score a bunch of runs, and then decide to come out. That's probably the
Oh
plan.
yeah, I've seen 10 runs in an inning multiple times at Coors Field. So
And
it can be done.
yeah, and pitchers can't just put in position players, so they got
No,
to
not
pitch the whole
anymore.
damn game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I think this was a good episode. I'm sure we'll squeak another one in before opening day, kind of talk a couple more things. I will definitely be looking to see for odds for hits, home runs, and then I'll be curious to see what some of the over-unders for strikeouts for some guys are. Last year, do you know who had the most strikeouts on opening day
On
last year?
opening day,
Last year, yeah.
I'm gonna guess Garrett Cole.
You being correct. It was Kyle
Max
Hendricks.
Kyle Hendricks, my
Yeah,
boy.
9 strikeouts last year on opening
Okay.
day against the Brewers.
All right. He's
Oh,
injured. He's
oh, sorry,
injured
sorry, I said that wrong.
particularly.
Shohei Otani had 9 strikeouts last year. Kyle Hendricks had 7.
Oh, so you lied to me. That's great.
Well, you were wrong either way, so it's not like I was that far off.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, we'll
So
we'll
yeah,
see what the books put.
Do you think Shohei will repeat this season today with the most strikeouts on opening day? You think he'll hold that title? I think he will.
I think the only person that could give him a big run for his money is, and obviously I'm gonna say this because I'm a fucking homer, Shane Bieber.
Are you gonna Shane Bieber me right now?
I think Shane Bieber's got it in him. He always could put up big numbers, but we'll
13
see.
plus. I think Shane Bieber he'll probably strike out 27 on opening day if I had
Well,
to.
last year he didn't even pitch on opening day. Tristan McKenzie did. So
Oh
I
yeah.
think he had like 2 or 3 strikeouts or something like that.
I
So
could see if Scherzer has an over under of 7, I'd take the over.
okay, well, like I said, next episode we're gonna get into those. We'll probably try to cherry pick a few. I think having like 3 each would be like a good number to put out for us to start keeping track of some picks like that. But we'll get to that next episode. So yeah, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Hot dogs here.
Bye bye.